I have to click the start broadcast?
No, I did it.
Oh,
There you go. That's a
fair
great way to
enough.
start it. So what are we talking about,
Pardon me?
Rico? Hmm?
What are we talking
Oh,
about?
Hmm?
you're the
Don't
buttery
judge
toast
me,
toast
buddy.
with the most. What are you looking at me for?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Brett and Rico Super Show live edition. I'm your host, Wes, a.k.a. Johnny Hatman. And with me today is Rico. Say hi, Rico.
Hello.
And Brett. Say hi, Brett.
Hi.
All right. So today we are going to be covering an interesting topic. Rico approached Brett and I the other day, and he said, hey, we should do a Google Hangout where we talk about animation, and specifically animation that has inspired us over our in our childhoods and in our young adult lives, and from that point on. So I thought it would only be best if I called the boys together and did a hangout on their channel, because this is their show. I'm just hosting, and we talked about the animation that has inspired us over the years. So I think it would be most fitting to hand it over to Rico, and he can introduce a little more specifics on the topic and start going with his Pocket Monsters T-shirt that he's got there.
Oh, I do have the Pocket Monster, T-shirt on. So I don't know. I was watching movies with Mikey Newman. I think he used to work for Gearbox back in the day.
Like
Anyway, he's got
watching with him, like you were hanging out with him. You're both on the same couch watching movies.
no. His channel is movies with Mikey.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless at Mikey, you wanna watch movies with me, that'd be cool.
Don't watch movies with him, Mikey. Don't do it.
He's scary to watch movies with.
I mean, it's not that scary. It's kind of scary.
Okay, maybe a little bit.
It's kind of
a little bit, tiny bit.
It's a little scary. Last time I watched a movie with you, never mind. And so what were you?
Anyway, he was talking about his animation influences, and I was like, that'd be a cool thing to talk about. Mostly because he suggested we all talk about it. So that's what we're doing. That's the end of the story.
Oh, okay.
It's not a cool story. That's just the story.
Should I take the label off of this so that people think it's root beer?
I mean, I don't think that you have to.
I don't know. I'm trying to make this family friendly. Look, It's root beer. It's brandless root beer.
It's root beer.
I just finished the beer. Now I'm gonna take a cakewalk.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Don't mind me if I get a little distracted. I'm doing some Photoshop edits in the background.
So,
perfect.
Did each of us write out a list of
I didn't write anything. I got it up here in my head.
Oh, okay. I need lists because I'm a dummy.
Okay. Oh, before we get into this, Brett, what vacuum is that?
A bison.
A bison?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bison
Is that like the...
Sorry, it's a Bissell, not a bison. I couldn't really read the whole thing.
Okay. I was going to say, is that like a merged brand between Bissell and Dyson?
It's a knockoff. I'm in my basement. It's a fucking mess down here.
I'm in my basement.
Just trying to cover up the.
Well, it wouldn't be if you got to use the vacuum.
If you would use that vacuum, it wouldn't be such a mess.
Ride that bison, man.
All my stuff.
I mean, I also love your Shoji screen placement because it's like it blocks off just what's necessary, but gives us a little tease. Like it gives us a tease of what else is going on in that basement, and I'm really curious because I'm like,
it's not
like what's behind there. I want to see.
Like there's little space in.
I see a doorway.
It's like,
dude,
there's carpet, so it's like it doesn't stay up very well on the carpet, so I just have it balanced.
Dude, trust me, I had a Shoji screen. I was using a block when I was streaming for a while, and those 3 panels, not enough. No. 3 panels is not enough to block an entire thing. That's why I got the green screen. You should get one of these. They're like $50.
I mean, I don't really need a green screen. I got a cool background anyway, so.
Yeah, except it's way overexposed in the above your left shoulder. That's fine. Let's get into it.
Well, that's because it's the only light I've got. So.
not to derail this whole thing.
You know what else is overexposed? I don't know. I can't. I'm trying to be friendly. I can't do what I want.
He says as he drinks a beer.
My beer. That's what's exposed. That's what's going on. Anyway, so animation.
Animation.
Talking about that.
Yeah.
We weren't talking about that at all. I got Freakazoid in the background. Look at that. And
Freakazoid.
we're not gonna get copywritten because you know, I don't have the sound on. So
Well, we're not gonna get copywritten because Alinity didn't make Freakazoid. So
fair enough.
Do either of you understand that reference? Never mind.
Nope.
No.
That's why I said
fine.
fair. I said fair enough, like I had an idea of what you were saying, but I really didn't.
All right.
I was saying before that, like, talking to Rico, that I didn't really watch Freakazoid as a kid.
Really? That's surprising. It's right up your alley.
I didn't really watch it. I don't know why. I watched Animaniacs.
Brett, do I need to let you borrow it for a couple of months and then you like don't
Never
watch
give it
so-
to you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're never gonna watch it, but should I like at least let you borrow it in the attempt that maybe you'll watch it?
No.
I think you should give it to. Well, that's the thing, Brett. Like that. It's so funny that you would have never like. I just assume you just probably never had the chance to watch it, but it's like it's right up your alley.
I mean, I don't know. I think I watched it sometimes as a kid, but not. I wasn't super into it. I don't know why. I watched Animaniacs, but even though like usually it came before or after Animaniacs was on.
I think maybe if you watched it now as an adult, you would probably
Like it more, probably.
You'd probably like it a lot more than back in the day. I think
Yeah.
like because I remember watching Freakazoid as a kid, and I thought it was hilarious, but I didn't really understand half the jokes
Right.
until
Well,
I watched.
That was kind of the same for the rest of them too. Like even Animaniacs.
Oh yeah, there were so many not only topical jokes but like innuendo things. Like, dude, you could the amount of Prince jokes and jokes at Cher's expense in the Animaniacs are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
It's-
I never understood that there was going to be so many jokes about Cher until I watched like Pinky and the Brain back as an adult, where Brain pretends to be Cher for a celebrity golfing outing.
yeah, and it's just he just like, okay, I don't know who this Cher person is. They're some or something, but I guess this is funny.
That's the thing too. It's like cartoons as kids. I mean, especially this. I didn't get half the fucking jokes. Yeah, I swore I screwed it up. I ruined it.
Bro, come on, dude.
I didn't get half the jokes, but you know, it was goofy and you know whatever. Moving pictures. Let's just watch it. But now, especially this Candlejack segment, it's really funny
Candlejack.
on a whole different level. No, you can't say his name. Can't say his name. We're already screwed because we said it.
Can't say whose
Oh,
name.
boy.
You know,
Well-
Candlejacks.
Who?
I mean, speaking of like stuff that innuendos, like Rocco's Modern Life had a
Oh,
ton,
jeez.
and you're just like, yeah, no, you still thought it was funny, but you just didn't really know what was going on. Like you didn't know Rocco was worked as a sex hotline worker at one point. Did you guys know that?
No.
Yeah, I did know that. You didn't know that?
You didn't
I
know that?
I don't remember much of Rocco's
Yeah.
Modern Life, to be honest with you. I remember very little of Rocco's Modern Life.
And the thing is too, like everything about being an adult, they nailed it.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Like it kind of looks weird when you're I don't know, when you're a kid. It's just like fun abstract art sort of thing, but then as an adult watching it, you relate a lot more to it.
Yes. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I bought
Look
Ren
at
and
this.
Stimpy recently, like all of Ren and Stimpy. Brett, you may have been with me. I don't even remember. I got it from Target, just the entire collection, and it's ridiculous. Like I can't believe what they got away with in the 90s.
Oh yeah, like when you're a kid, you just like, it's funny, it's gross.
But then
this is gross.
watching it as an adult, I'm like, holy hell, how did they even like how did this get past anyone?
Oh yeah, there's so many
Yeah,
sexual innuendos.
it's very
I mean,
surprising.
funny.
But, like, I want to kind of take it back here because not to steal the host position from you, Rico, or Brett, whichever one of you wanted to host it. I feel like we should take it back though, like specifically because we've been talking about these these other elements of cartoons that I think we've all touched on before, and I'm thinking that so like specifically if we had to pick like let's just start with one and then we can move on from there. But like if we had to pick one cartoon or anime, any piece of animation, whether it be a movie, a series, or whatever that like inspired you, and I guess kind of like influenced you into where you are now in your life, whether that be sense of humor, whether that be art style, whether that be, just everyday outlook. Like if we were just to pick one, because obviously it's going to be more than one. Like it's going to be many, many, many different things have influenced you over the years. But like I think we could probably just start with like one each and then branch off from there, because I assume there's probably going to be overlap on that particular topic.
Yeah, in fact, Brett and I were discussing it before you even got here, and there's definitely overlap, at least between him and I.
I bet. So what?
Candle check.
Who wants to go first?
You know what? Since you're hosting, why don't you go first?
Oh, okay. Well, I think
you're a guest host every time we do this. So.
Hey, man. Taking the opportunity. So I think I would have to start off with, and I know this is very. I hate the fact that it's been hijacked by Tumblr, but I would have to go with Invader Zim, definitely. In the fact that I think Invader Zim probably fed into a lot of what I like in terms of humor, in terms of art style, in terms of just general outlook on life, pretty much influenced me across the board. Considering there's like in Invader Zim, there's that general dark overtone where everything in life is way more sinister than the people in society give it credit for. And so you have Zim and Dib being seemingly the only two people in that universe to actually go, everything here is disgusting and awful, and no one seems to care. And that's kind of how I felt growing up, Well,
because Invader Zim is basically just kid-friendly Johnny the Homicidal Maniac,
which also is a great influencer of childhood.
Again, didn't watch Invader Zim.
Brett, who are you? We can't be friends anymore.
I think you should watch it. I think you would definitely like it. But the dark humor in there, I think really like. I had an attraction to dark humor at as most people do at a young age, and I just like there's something about Invader Zim where the way they were able to portray the darkness, but in a way that was okay for kids to watch somehow.
I just want you to know that every time I've ever seen Honey Boo Boo come on screen, I have quoted Invader Zim, and I refer to her as that horrible monkey.
Yes.
I don't. It's like seeped into me, because again, Invader Zim definitely an influencer on me too. But to the point where I quote it and don't even realize that that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
just that horrible monkey. And no one knows what I'm saying. Nobody gets it. Well, in fact, Wesley would be the only one who would get it.
I feel like.
No, I mean, like a lot of people I've never had anyone get it. Never.
That's unfortunate.
It is. It really is.
How do you search up? Never mind.
How do you search what?
I'm trying to make a thumbnail, and this is a complete distraction from the point, but I'm trying to make a thumbnail, and I need to look up like some sort of like Survivor, like kind of like who won Battle Royale? Who won that? Was there a winner? It's been a long time.
Nobody wins in a Battle Royale.
What I need essentially it's like the winner, like a winning pose of like Battle Royale, except like a like a 9-year-old like standing over the corpses of his classmates. I know there's no context for this, but that's
Jeez.
You'll understand next week when
All
the
right.
podcast comes out.
All right, Brett. What's your I guess main influencer?
I'm sorry, I can't really think of one. The only thing I can really think of is like just like one particular artist, which would be Don Bluth,
Okay.
because I watched a lot of Don Bluth movies when I was a kid.
Okay.
I didn't really watch Disney. I felt like those Don Bluth movies had way more detail in everything, and like just the pure goofiness of it all. And I guess for me, it's like I can be like a goofy sort of person. So I don't know. It's just I just like the details. I don't know. It kind of influenced me in a way of like looking at the details of things. And I feel like Don Bluth movies had a lot of detail to them and everything. In the backgrounds,
I can appreciate that.
all his movies. So
You know what I have something similar to that. Akira, the movie.
We'll put a pin in that and come back to that because
Yeah.
that's definitely a major influencer.
Yeah.
Just put a little pin in that.
Yeah, talking about details because the details in that who is that artist?
I don't know, it's like the serious. I don't know. I guess it's more like the seriousness of the details in there, but thrown like you put the like a goofy characters on top of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have like a talking mouse and in Five Goes West. I watched that a shitload. Like
Oh,
you have
God,
a talking mouse and you
Was-
have what's his face as the cat. And
Was
it's
that the
just
same? was
Oh, Don
Bluth-
DeLuise,
Don DeLuise, and
Don
it's just
DeLuise.
like
rest
like
his soul.
serious fucking Western like background drop and everything like that, with a serious issue of like cats
Yeah,
bringing in mice to eat.
overlaying
like,
overlaying
with
the
goofiness. Like,
Holocaust.
yeah, it's just like so it's like I don't know. I try to always make I guess the influence is just me always trying to make light of a situation. I always try to see like the silver lining in something bad
Would
going
you-
on, or try to make light of a situation.
Would you ever do it with a playbook?
A playbook.
Silver Linings playbook. Never mind.
No, jeez, God damn it. But yeah, I guess that would be the influence.
Was that the same? Was Don Bluth was Great Mouse Detective Don Bluth, or was that
That's
No.
Disney.
that's Disney? Okay, because movie gave me fucking nightmares. But we'll
Dude, I was just telling Brett about that movie and how
The
Don
Bat.
Bluth specifically, but like the Great Mouse Detective, yes, the Bat gave me hellish fever dreams as a child. Like, just yeah, I don't think Brett says you haven't seen it, have you?
You watch that as an adult, it'll still give you nightmares. I guarantee
Yeah,
it.
it did.
Watch
it did.
Brett.
I watched it
You'll
recently.
get
It
nightmares.
did.
Mouse. What was it?
The Great Mouse Detective. It's essentially if imagine Sherlock Holmes as a mouse.
Oh right, yeah.
It's actually a good movie. Like I watched it recently and it's pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, the Bat. I remember we talked about this a long time ago.
Yep, because we were talking about fucking shit that just scared us as a kid. Screw it. Sorry, not kid friendly anymore. Don't care.
Well, he has
hate-
like big teeth, you know.
Yeah, and he had
when
this creepy ass like voice.
Yeah, he's
I mean, he kind of talk like this, kind of like I don't know. No, that just sounds like I have smoker's cough. I don't know. That
mean-
sounds like I had smoker cough.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't put the chai tea in the pumpkin spice latte.
that Bat is the same thing for me as like animal from The Muppets.
Muppet animal? Animal.
Yeah,
Are
we
you
talked
kidding
about
me?
This.
Animal?
We talked about this. That's the same thing.
We're back to Animal. We're back to Animal and Brett's
Animal.
weird nightmare.
Where he
Flippin'
was chasing me
animal.
to my school school bus. Okay, I jump on the school bus. He's
Being
chasing me.
chased by Animal from the Muppets.
Yeah. How is he not scary?
Because he's a puppet, first off. And secondly, if Animal was chasing me, all I would have to do is grab him, throw him in a chimney.
It's the same thing as that damn bat. Okay, he had teeth.
Brett,
and-
I deeply
Except
feel
very
that
fast.
my weird fever dreams are way more founded than Animal from the Muppets.
Here's the
What are you
thing, Brett.
talking
Here's the
about?
thing, Brett. The
The
difference
dancing
between
elephants from Dumbo scared the shit out of me as a child. Animal,
All right, I get that.
not so much. Animal's
Here's
like a
the-
giant
here's-
weird teddy bear.
Because he went
No.
and his eyes were really big, and he's like he moved
Okay, but
around
here's
really
the difference
fast.
between Animal and the bat, right? The bat, the drawing is like in realism, like the art style. It's way more like convincing than the furry puppet. Like you watch the Muppets and you're like, oh, this is obviously not real. Like all I can see is blah, 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 blah. Like you think that's gonna get you?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, yeah, it is. That scared the shit out of me. He's like,
I mean, hey, wait. Were you not a fan of Cookie Monster? Serious question.
Cookie Monster didn't bother me
Really? That
Yeah,
is
'cause-
surprising.
because he didn't have teeth. He didn't have like giant scary eyes or anything like that. He had googly eyes. So
So
it didn't.
It's specifically the eyes and the teeth then.
Yeah.
those horrible yellow eyes.
The other one that
Oh,
was
God.
scary was like the bigger one that like ate the Muppets. And we talked about this before. So we're getting off track now.
Yeah, Brett doesn't get off to being eaten. We know.
Oh, God.
Most people don't get off Devore, Rico. You're
Now
one of
we're-
the only people.
Now
that
we're
does.
really going off the rails. It's not kid friendly at all.
Just
Anyway,
saying.
can I talk
We got
about what I
away
liked?
with the swearing, but you know.
Can I talk about what I liked? For the love of
Yeah,
God.
sure.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Talk about.
Okay,
what
for
you
the love
like.
of God, the Iron Giant.
Okay,
Iron Giant was great.
I like the Iron Giant.
Oh, you guys are not impressed at all.
I just think it's funny you presented that as if it was gonna be like some huge controversial
Yeah.
thing, like the Iron
The Iron
Giant.
Giant.
Everybody likes the
yeah.
Iron Giant, Rico.
It's just like
Just
yeah,
gonna
they
say-
ran it for 24
gonna-
hours on Cartoon
guys-
Network, man. Like
We've been waiting for it.
who the hell doesn't
Waiting
like
for
the
it
Iron
so
Giant?
long.
Yeah, we've
The
been
Iron
waiting
Giant.
for it. It's just your biggest influence is the Iron Giant. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Rico. Whose is it?
You and everyone else, Rico.
Why though? What about the Iron Giant like influenced you, or like what did you take away from the Iron Giant that you applied to your life or your art?
Well, okay, so I really like the art aesthetic of it. It's got that like new age, like 1950s sci-fi to it. So I mean, not that like really influenced me. I really like it, so it's appealing to me. It was a little darker than most Disney movies at the time, at least. 'Cause, I grew up watching like Aladdin and the same thing everyone else grew up watching. But for some reason, the Iron Giant was a little more mature and I don't want to say darker, but had more like adult themes in it. And then so that like I don't know was like a major influencer because it was like, oh hey, actual adult themes, like not just princess stories. And then just the fact that it's like you can choose to be anything that you want to be, and don't be an asshole to people, and maybe don't judge people before you get to know them. So it's like life lessons I've applied.
Okay, it's pretty safe.
Yeah, it's pretty safe. It's pretty standard.
It's I mean, but it's not. It's a good thing though. Like those are like things that more people could use as a lesson. Not gonna get into that.
Meanwhile, to counteract it, I have the episode specifically about Moron, renamed to Boron because it didn't get past the censors the second time.
Well, hey, if you're gonna, I gotta rasterize a layer. Hold on. Sorry.
Also,
Sorry.
since Freakazoid's on in the background, I'd like to talk about Kids WB and what a big influence that was on me.
Do it. Go ahead.
So pretty much every show on Kids WB in the 90s was wonderful. Just wonderful, including Freakazoid, even though it's only got 2 seasons because it got canned beforehand because nobody got it. Nobody got it. Look at that. That's Freakazoid and the Pope. Who wouldn't want to watch that? It's there.
Catholics?
Probably, but nobody cares what they want to watch.
Oh, there goes half our audience.
Half your audience was Catholics?
Yeah.
What the 2 people watching? So
Yeah.
one person's gone now?
Yeah.
I mean, half of nothing is still nothing, Brett.
Please. Come on.
Let's see. Between Animaniacs, Batman the Animated Series, and Pinky and the Brain. Nobody remembers Hysteria. I wish they really did, though.
I remember Hysteria.
Oh,
Do you really?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
loved that show. It was ridiculous.
It's no, you can't find anything on it anymore. It's gone. It doesn't exist according to the internet. I really want to find the Papa Stalin jokes, but I can't.
I just love the Napoleon shtick.
Have you seen the My Buddy Stalin one though?
Yeah.
And you like the Napoleon one better than that?
I like the Napoleon one because when I was a kid and the Napoleon thing, he was like the real. He was talking about the reason he keeps his hand in his coat, and I thought it was hysterical as a kid that the reason he would keep his hand in his coat is because that's where his tambourine was, and at any moment he could break out into song. It was funny to me.
I really wish they would release like some sort of like DVD or Blu-ray set of that.
There's got to be a DVD out somewhere.
There isn't. I've looked. Believe me, I've tried extensively. Freakazoid is the closest I can get to obscure WB shows. Hysteria never got a DVD release. In fact, most people don't even know it exists.
That's sad.
It is sad.
That's real sad.
Because honestly, I want to say that it's like one of the first things that kind of got me into history.
The show about false history was okay.
Well, you didn't know about that as a kid, though. You didn't.
I knew most of it was false.
Okay, man, give it. Yeah. Some of us were stupid children. What do you want?
You really think the reason that Napoleon kept his hand in his jacket was because that's where his tambourine was as a kid?
Oh, no. I mean, obviously that's not right.
Well, that's actually ironically the only true thing about that show.
Fair enough.
The only verified fact about the show. I need to get this.
Batman was a great show.
I have all of it and I watch it frequently.
Honestly, I gotta be honest. I was more of a fan when I was a kid. I was a lot more of a fan of Batman Beyond than Batman the Animated Series.
Well, that's fair.
They're both great.
I mean, yeah, and I liked it more because it was a little bit darker. I like the aesthetic of it. That like it was still like kind of Art Deco, but like futuristic Art Deco. I guess I didn't realize that it was really heavily influenced by like Blade Runner, but because I didn't know what the hell Blade Runner was back then. I didn't know what the hell Blade Runner was until recently. So there's that.
That's a shame.
Dude, don't even get me started. It's such a shame. I thought Blade Runner was Blade. I thought they were the same movie.
You thought Blade Runner was Blade? It's Wesley just like, oh god.
Well, that's how I feel on the inside. That's how I feel on the inside.
Oh.
I really wish I didn't think that that was the case, but I'm disappointed in me too, Brett and Wesley. I'm disappointed in me.
I'm just trying to make something that's going to haunt Brett's
I'm scared now.
dreams forever.
I am scared now.
I don't
He's
know
gonna
if I
put
can-
animal in there now. In the title. In the fucking title. No.
Do you want to jump back to Akira now that we're
So we've all seen Akira, of course.
Yeah.
I've only seen it maybe twice.
Okay.
Sad, I know.
I mean, yeah. To be honest, listen, I'm not gonna be like one of those people who's like, oh, you gotta watch Akira like 18 different times to get all the subtext. It's like, to be honest, like quite literally, if you've seen it once, you've seen it. Like that's just how I feel.
yeah, it's worth about 2 viewings. Maybe more if you like really like it, but at least twice is the minimum, I guess.
The recommended viewing.
Yeah, once to, I guess, get out of the way and absorb it, and then, well, just to kind of get out of the way and watch it, and then like the second time to absorb it, and then after that, it's like, do you need to watch it again if you want to?
It's for fun.
I haven't watched it in years.
Either.
Is it great? Do I love it? Yeah, I still haven't watched it in years. I've got it down there below the fucking.
What was it?
You can probably see it. I can't because you guys are blocking it. But I mean, that's Akira down there underneath Rona Flowers.
Why was it an influence though, Rico?
Yeah, what influenced you about Akira?
Well, I didn't see Akira till I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and I don't know, that the whole like techno noir neo sort of.
Yes, the tech noir.
I don't know. I've really always been into that genre, and I guess I never really understood that Akira is kind of a main influence of that. Then going back even further, so like Blade Runner is the main influence of that. And the fact that it's like hand drawn, and it's
The detail is insane.
the detail is crazy, and the frames per second and everything, the way like the animation moves like smoothly is just mind blowing. Like even today, nothing's been made like that. It's crazy, and the amount of shit that Akira single handedly has influenced is astounding. The movie's a little hard to like comprehend. It doesn't really make that much sense, but as an art piece, it's wonderful.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't know. It's not for like everyone's sort of viewing too. Like, am I going to sit my mom down and like, hey, let's watch Akira?
You should sit your mom down and have her watch Akira.
Okay.
Couldn't imagine my dad watching that. He'd be like, "What the hell is going on?"
I did try to influence my mom one time back like a couple years ago when I still lived there, to anime, and I had her sit down and try to watch Spirited Away, like the intro to anime movie. And she was like, "Oh my God, just kill me." She did not want to watch it even a little bit. Did not understand what was going on. Didn't care. Didn't anything. And I guess there was at like one point where she was like, "Oh, how much longer is left of this movie?" And I was like, "Oh, this is only like halfway through it." And it was like 2 hours at that point. And I know that's not the case, but she apparently Spirited Away is not the good intro anime movie.
No,
Not at all.
I'm scared now. Oh boy.
Wait, scared of what?
I put a link in the chat.
Oh,
I don't have access. Why don't I have access? Am I not logged in? Oh man. The fuck?
Oh yeah, I don't have access either. I'm requesting access. It's probably because it's private on his drive. That's why. Anyway, yeah. So Spirited Away, not the intro to anime that you'd think. Probably.
Should have started off with Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. All right, Mom. We're gonna watch Battle of the Gods. I I don't get this weird gay guy. What's he doing? I
You
don't
should
get it.
show your mom Attack on Titan. I think she would really be influenced by that.
Ugh.
There you go. Watch Attack on Titan. Watch.
Now, Brett,
watch
how do
this.
you feel about this image that I just sent you, Brett?
I can't see it. Oh, there you go.
It's kind of animalistic.
Oh, why?
Hey, Rico, save this and make it the thumbnail.
It's
I mean,
my new background to get over my fears.
It just should be.
Just stare at it until it's not a problem.
Exactly. Think about this when you're going to sleep tonight. I think it'll really help you get over your.
It's gonna be my new background.
Oh,
good God. Why?
Oh, it's even aptly titled Brett's Nightmare. Perfect.
Brett's Nightmare. I figured that.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh. Oh.
That's the way to do it.
It's true.
Yeah. All right. What else you guys influenced by animation wise?
I think like from childhood. I mean, obviously, when it comes to like sense of humor, it's like Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain definitely is a huge influence in the sense of humor, which is funny because it took its sense of humor from all of the things that the creators ingested.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it kind of poked fun at like a lot of outdated material that I guess didn't get. And even when I go back and watch it now, I don't even understand everything.
I think
But I'm like at least old enough to look at it and go, I don't understand that. Like even as an adult, let me Google that, and then it's like you kind of get it after that.
It was sort of the same with some of the Looney Tunes stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like they referenced actors you didn't even like. Who's that? Like 1940s and 50s actors, and like who's that?
Looney Tunes is such a I don't know, that was such an influence on me as a kid. And even now, like like the attitude of like Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny and shit like that. Just like I don't know, I feel like I've I don't know, absorbed a lot of that. At least been influenced it by to some degree by it.
I think everyone did.
Yeah, well, not everyone. I've met people our age who have said point blank that they don't like the Looney Tunes.
Well, they're horrible people then.
Why though? Like
just awful.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I don't know what don't you like about the Looney Tunes? Like at all. I don't fucking get it.
There's so much variety to the Looney Tunes. Like if you didn't like Bugs Bunny, maybe you'll like Donald Duck.
Yeah, except that that's a Disney cartoon. But
sorry, Daffy Duck. Jeez. Sorry, Rico. Got the name wrong.
What was it about like ducks being really angry characters back in the day?
I don't know. Yeah, they were both angry. There's my confusion. They were both angry.
I mean, almost every Disney duck was kind of an asshole.
That's true.
I never thought about
Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Donald.
Scrooge.
I said Scrooge, but yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
I think that might have been the commentary that Mr. Disney was trying to get at with
who those ducks are assholes,
with who those characters represented, but we won't get into that on this podcast.
Okay.
Mr. Disney was not a very socially accepting man.
No, he was not.
But again, we won't get into that now.
No.
Woo! Just play me off, Johnny.
Do you want me to play?
Well, another influence for me. It's another goddamn Don Bluth movie, Land Before Time. When I was a kid,
that was a good one.
I watched the hell out of that.
Dude, I watched that so much.
I mean, that taught me about like friendship and like what type of friends you'll have when you get older. You'll have a range of different friends, and just just be there for your buddies. Be there for your friends. Be a good friend.
Also, don't be a sharp tooth.
No, don't be a sharp tooth.
Don't be a sharp tooth.
Never be a sharp tooth.
No.
Hashtag lessons.
Hashtag lessons. Don't be a sharp tooth.
Hashtag squad goals.
Except for those later movies where they did like befriend the T-Rex.
I didn't watch those.
Yeah, that's because they're terrible.
Yeah, they are terrible.
That was their jumping the shark moment. Was befriending the shark.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought they referred to them as Shark Tooth as a kid.
Same.
Listen,
Same when I was a kid. Yes, I was like
most people did, and if they tell you otherwise, they're friggin' lying.
Like, of course it was Sharp Tooth. Like, what do you think I am, stupid?
Yeah, dummy. Were you a dumb kid? Jeez.
Like, yeah, I am a dumb kid.
Have you guys seen Grave of the Fireflies?
No.
No.
I would recommend it in that I would not recommend it, but you should probably watch it anyway.
Isn't that like about death and destruction?
Yeah, it's about slowly watching a 3-year-old die.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not watching that.
Great, thank you. Thank you for that idea.
It kind of breaks you as a human being a lot.
Does it now?
No.
Yeah.
That'll destroy me.
Oh, it'll absolutely destroy you. Yeah.
It'll wreck the shit out of me because I can't. I've always had a hard time with like seeing just kids get hurt.
How old is your son, Brett?
He's 2.5.
Okay, definitely don't watch that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's gonna wreck the shit out of me. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. I own it, so if you ever want to borrow it,
no, I don't. I don't want to.
Why would anybody want to borrow that ever?
I don't want to die.
Why would anybody want to watch that?
It's hard to watch. It's really hard to watch. And I've seen it more than once.
Why?
Well, I watched it I rented it once because I was like, "Ooh, anime! This looks fun." And then I was like, "I feel broken on the inside." And then I actually bought it on Blu-ray, and Maria and I watched it years back, and she was like, "What the fuck did you just make me watch?" Like the amount of time we spent crying over that movie.
Nope. Mm-mm.
It's the hardest movie I've ever watched.
It probably caused me to I probably make put a bed in Locke's room so that I can sleep in his room with him at night. So just to make sure nothing happens.
That's horrifying.
A sheer paranoia. That's what it would probably do to me.
But it's got really good animation, so
just ignore all the horrible things happening.
Yeah, ignore all the Japanese deaths and crap like that.
Sure.
Don't pay attention to the 3-year-old dying.
Sure. It's already turning my stomach just thinking about this.
Yeah, dude, it's
already making me
Yeah, I can't. Every time I see clips of it, it makes me tear up.
Ooh.
It's a hard watch. Really hard watch.
That's another crazy movie, Dumbo.
I haven't seen Dumbo.
One scene in that movie.
Well, I haven't seen Dumbo in years, but I know I watched it a lot as a kid. I don't know if it actually influenced me other than giving me fucking nightmares constantly.
No, it didn't really influence me. Just, yeah.
Didn't really realize how racist it was.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Also, really makes you not want to drink alcohol.
Nothing like naming your character Jim Crow. Just a little on the head there.
Yeah.
A little too on the head there.
Yeah.
little lot of too hot in the head there.
You know what? Did you with like when they play? I think it might have been Looney Tunes or other. It was like Tom and Jerry or something like that. They now have like a thing at the beginning
Oh yeah,
that
because
tells you that like, oh, this is what this was of the time, and we don't, this doesn't represent us or anything like that.
because well, Tom and Jerry had the Mammy character,
Yeah.
which then got replaced to she was an Irish character, which was still just as bad.
Yeah. Jeez. Jeez Louise. I didn't realize you just don't realize how much like crazy crap was in some
Dude, I
cartoons.
used to watch early Elmer Fudd uh, Looney Tunes, and whoo, man, go back and watch early Elmer Fudd, like before he was a white guy. It's
What?
pretty bad.
I don't think I've ever watched it.
Uh, yeah, Brett's gonna look it up right now.
Oh, when he was like a bigger dude?
Oh no, go back even further. When he was the absolute Negro
Holy crap,
stereotype.
what? Holy shit. What?
That makes a lot
Wow,
more sense
like
now.
a year later they changed him.
Yeah, and I know for a fact I've seen those on television at some point in the 90s. I know for a fact I watched those cartoons.
I don't ever
Melodies, all this.
recall seeing those in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like as a kid, I didn't think anything of it. I was like,
Well,
oh, a goofy character. I didn't realize he was a fucking Jim Crow character.
It's also during the minstrel show era.
holy crap.
God damn. It's kind of hard to watch.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty oof. That is what the hell?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm pretty sure you can find those on YouTube too if you just happen to search for them.
Oh, I did. I
Oh.
looked. They're there.
Oh yeah, were you did you get the voice and everything?
Oh, I didn't watch it. I just saw it and I was
Oh, I would definitely recommend at least putting it on for 2 minutes. Just so you can get the character voice so that you can be even more appalled.
Jeez.
Do it. Just do it. Do it right now. Do it on stream. I want to see your reaction.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Cause it's it's a hard pill to swallow.
All right, here we go.
You gonna watch it?
I'm looking, trying to.
Should put a link in our chat so I can pop it up and look at it.
There you go.
There we go. Let's Oh, I can hear it. So perfect.
All this and rabbit stew.
Oh, I've
It's
seen
Bugs
this
Bunny.
before. Yeah,
I know, right?
I've seen
How many
that.
times I've seen this?
I remember seeing that.
Oh,
Right,
oh
okay.
God.
1941, yeah.
Oh my God. No.
I remember seeing that. Yeah, this was back in the day.
I told you. I've seen it on TV.
Oh no.
I had this on a VHS tape.
Oh no.
I remember that on a VHS tape. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen this. A
Yeah,
lot.
I told you. I watched it a lot as a kid, and I don't know if it influenced me, but I totally saw it a lot. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. Didn't know any better. I was a dumb kid.
No, you because that wasn't what you weren't focusing on what on. The character, you were focusing on the jokes.
Yeah, it was just a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Exactly. Which is actually a whole different discussion about the innocence of youth.
Yeah.
That's a powerful shotgun.
Okay, I finally got this.
Okay, well,
This
well,
hangout
there's
took a weird
there's
turn.
another one too. I just
Oh,
found
this-
another one.
There's a couple, Brett. There's more than one. That's not the only one I've seen.
Isn't there there's a handful of cartoons that are no longer available, I believe.
Well, they're available, and like I know on like the
No,
Looney
but I mean
Tunes-
like they went back on them and they were like, we don't endorse these anymore.
Well, to a degree, I know that they got released with like the Looney Tunes collections and everything back at, I don't know, whenever those released, but they definitely have a clause before them saying like, hey, like they even got Whoopi Goldberg, like, yeah, it's a Looney Tunes cartoon and it's a product of its time, but we're not going to pretend that it didn't exist. So
yeah, that's
here
the
it
thing.
is.
You can't pretend that the past doesn't exist. That's just a recipe for even more disaster.
I mean, we could bring up the Donald Duck Nazi cartoon.
Yeah, there's this. I'm watching it.
Well, actually, the funny part about the Donald Duck Nazi cartoon is that at the, I don't want to spoil it for you, Brett, but at the end of that cartoon, the whole point of that cartoon is that being a Nazi is a nightmare. Like that Donald Duck Nazi cartoon is not about Donald Duck being a Nazi and like endorsing Nazism. It's about Donald Duck having a nightmare where he doesn't live in America.
Yeah, it was a thing to get people to buy bonds.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend watching Bugs Bunny Nips the Nips either.
Nips the Nips.
Yep. Guess what's a derogatory term for Japanese people?
Oh yeah, because yeah, I can't remember why, but yeah.
I don't remember why either. But
why are we talking about racist cartoons?
I don't know. It just spiraled into that.
We were talking about shit that we watched as a kid, so I watched that as a kid. Don't know how or why, but I did.
We're just saying that also didn't not even influence us, though.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a lot of shit as a kid that I don't think necessarily
clearly
impacted me.
Rico. Do you hear what some of the things that he says when he's out in public? Jeez.
He's a
what a racist son of a bitch, that man.
Yeah.
Disclaimer, I'm not actually racist, so we can put that on the corner down here.
I don't want to talk about this right now. This is what happens. This is what happens while I edit in the background while you two go.
That's the thing. That's the thing, Wesley. It's uncomfortable. Nobody wants to talk about racism, Wesley. Nobody
you can
wants
talk.
To talk
it's fine. Then I'm just gonna sit here and edit while you two. I got things I can edit. You go ahead. I got stuff.
We were talking about animation and shit that influenced us. So
yeah, then you started talking about racism.
Yeah, I did. I don't know how or why. We were talking about Looney Tunes, and then we got into Elmer Fudd.
Oh, you know why?
Because you brought up Elmer Fudd, and how
it was a very slippery slope we went down. That I brought us down. It was my fault. I did it.
We went down the fucking slide.
And you're like the most sober person in the hangout. Why are you doing this?
I don't know, man. I mean, I had 2 beers. 2 of them. 2.
Ting.
I had this many beers.
This many.
I've had 1. I'm just trying to do a blur effect. I'm trying to make a thing happen in After Effects.
Let's see. Oh, I watched a lot of anime as a kid, but I didn't necessarily understand.
Weeb.
Your face.
You're wearing a Pikachu t-shirt that has the Japanese for Pikachu on it.
The funny thing is, I didn't watch a whole lot of
I got one better too.
Dude, put it away. Put that away. Come on. Swearing is one thing, but the kids have heard swearing. They don't want to see that.
What, my Pikachu pants?
Yeah, your Pika some.
Whew.
You were saying,
Stop.
Brett.
I'm just saying that I didn't really get into anime until like maybe high school, end of middle school, high school. I didn't watch
You didn't
as a
watch
kid.
it as a kid?
No, like um I didn't watch Pokemon. I didn't watch, you know, I a little bit of Speed Racer, I guess, but that's about it. And after that it was like Dragon Ball Z, and from there that's when I started getting into other anime. But I didn't watch like Sailor Moon.
You did
Really?
not sail with the moon.
No, I didn't watch. I wasn't.
I watched a lot of Sailor Moon, which is weird because I don't remember a whole lot of it. Just that I watched it. I watched a lot of Dragon Balls. Well, actually, a lot of Dragon Ball, which I referred to as, that weird cartoon, because I didn't understand that it was anime in a different animation style. Uh, so I watched a lot of that, and then Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon when that came out and was a big thing. And then I guess when we got cable at some point, Toonami and all the anime that they played was a huge influence on me, I guess.
Yeah, that's Toonami was where it was at. Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason I did have friends that were really into like obscure anime, so I've seen a lot of Ranma One Half. I don't like it, but I've seen it. Um, a little bit of Rurouni Kenshin, Trigun, a
So
little
that
bit of Cowboy Bebop back in the day. But I guess I wasn't old enough to appreciate it back then.
Appreciate Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. I mean, I was a kid, I didn't really appreciate it.
Gundam Wing,
Not for what it was telling.
which basically went over my head because it's like there's a
You mean
Gundam
you
Wing always
couldn't,
has like
as a
political
child, you
shit.
couldn't understand the anti-war message in Gundam
Yeah,
Wing?
anti-war and like the
That
whole
didn't make sense to you when you were little?
all the crazy like political shit, and it was like, oh yeah, giant robots fighting each other. That's all you cared. That's all I cared about.
Yeah, most Gundam series are pretty politically charged, except for like some of the most recent ones where it's literally just gunpla battles. People build the Gundams and then they battle them in like virtual reality, basically.
I don't know that. I just know the recent one, Iron Blood Orphans, is really
That's not that recent. Iron Blood Orphans is kind of old.
well. I think it was recently translated.
Oh yeah, well maybe that. Yeah, the everyone seems to really like the Barbados, and I don't care for that design at all.
Barbados.
But that's an entirely different discussion as to which Gunpla and Gundams I prefer.
Yeah. But yeah, like anime didn't come into a influence until I was older, and kind of started realizing that a lot of animes have better stories than some TV shows out there. They can.
Yeah, dude, I mean, Cowboy Bebop is definitely one of my favorite just franchises ever. And
I
like, I
mean,
don't know, have you watched that all? I know Layla hasn't, but have you watched it all the way through?
all the way through, no. I've seen quite a few episodes of it. I've seen the last episode too. Um, but a lot of stuff in the middle I haven't seen.
I mean, you have my DVDs. Just sit down and hammer it out,
I
man.
know I gotta watch it when I have free time to myself. I could do it. I know. Um, but yeah, like I don't know, like Full Metal Alchemist. That's my favorite. And that's like an influence of like well, like family and friends, you know, having people be there for you and being there for people.
And also that whole like don't discriminate against people because,
Yes. Don't
they're different.
discriminate just because they're different. There's a lot of messages in that series.
Maybe don't kill all the Jews.
Was that one of the messages?
I'm pretty sure that's
I missed
one of
that
the.
one.
All right,
Sure.
I thought what they were saying was
I thought we're steering away from
Okay.
this, Rico.
blame
Don't put us
Rico.
back in the slide.
Yeah, I was talking about it.
Well, I mean, they did. It was a fascist country, wasn't it?
Kind of, yeah. They have a character specifically named the Fuhrer.
Oh, this is a very interesting topic. I think my dinner's ready.
How's the minutes going, Wes?
They're not going well. They're not
here's
going
the
well.
thing.
I'll tell you that much. I'm trying to get a
What
bulge
about-
effect in After Effects, but it's not working right.
What about some recent animations, like recent cartoons and whatnot?
Oh, I really like Leica, whatever the stop motion. The people behind like Kubo and the Two Strings, Coraline, Box Trolls.
We
Kubo
watched
getting
Kubo.
Did you finally watch Kubo?
Yeah, that's great.
Wasn't it though?
Yeah, it was really great. Yeah.
Did you like the ending of it?
Yeah, it was sad.
It's like a happy sad.
Sort of. It's one of those things of like, oh, come on, no, really?
But then, he beats the monster with I don't know, compassion.
Yes. Again, another lesson of, don't judge people.
Well,
a lot
not only
of
that.
kids think had that lesson. If we're thinking about it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah,
A
because
lot
it's
of
pretty much like
kids.
the most important children's lesson.
Yeah.
In that, like, one, be yourself, but also don't be yourself if it means being an asshole. Then be someone else. Treat people with respect.
Yes. Treat people how you want to be treated. It's gonna be an asshole. People are gonna be an asshole to you.
Brett and Rico Show, for bringing out the life lessons here. Also, don't murder children. That's a life lesson from Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh, come on.
Don't firebomb a country. That's
Please.
That's the Brett and Rico Show life lesson right there. Don't firebomb a country, man. Don't do it. Don't fucking
Depends
do
on
it.
the country.
Don't firebomb a country. Don't be an asshole. Don't be a dick. That's all you gotta do.
Unless that dick is me, then be me. But don't be me. I'm me.
Then be that dick.
Yeah, I'm a dick. That's my name.
It is his name.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Jeez.
So, pretty sure we've derailed this convo.
I think we
It's been
did.
derailed for a long time.
I think it's time to end this.
I apologize, Mikey, if you actually do listen.
He's not gonna watch it.
He's
He's
not
not gonna watch it. He's not gonna watch the whole thing.
He's gonna DM you and be like, "Are you serious right now? Do you really think this? I'm gonna share this shit."
I appreciate the topic. We're just too tired and a little too drunk.
Well, you are.
I'm very sober, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's like 7:00 your time, man.
It's 10 o'clock
What
here.
is- What does that have to do with anything?
How are you more tired than I am?
I was 3 sheets to the wind 3 hours ago.
Well, as we learned from one of our earlier cartoons that we mentioned, don't drink, kids.
I also see like crazy like elephants dancing around and morphing and turning into like gelatin and crap.
Pink elephants on parade.
Ugh.
No.
If anything, kids, look that up on YouTube. the pink elephants on parade. And go have some wonderful nightmares. It's fun. It's fun. Okay, we're out of here. We're leaving. We're gone. We're done. Goodbye.
We're gone. We're done.
We're gone. We're done. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Some
Bye.
Cheetos, man.
Bye.
Some fucking Cheetos.
Cheetos?
Cheetos!
Is that how you're going to end this?
That's how I'm gonna end it! I want some Cheetos!
Cheetos. Bye.